What's up, everybody? I know it's been a little minute since I've done another video. And there's a reason for that. I wasn't neglecting it. Um, I wasn't putting it off to the side or anything like it kind of was. But I've been dealing with a lot mentally and spiritually, so it's been affecting me physically, in every other aspect of my life. But for those of you who don't know, lately I've been feeling drained, mentally drained. I feel like I'm spiritually, not gonna say I'm not spiritually lost, but feeling like since I've been feeling mentally drained, it's affected me spiritually, and I'm just feel like I'm not myself. And it has nothing to do with obviously it has nothing to do with the man above. It definitely has nothing to do with God. But I think it's with everything that's been going on with me lately, everything that has occurred in my life, that has happened and everything. Normally I wouldn't let it get to me to this extent, but unfortunately it has gotten to me. So just kind of sum up the story. Lately I've cried more than not. Lately I've cried more than not. I've on the way to work, at home, like especially in the mornings before I get ready for work, I find myself weeping or whatever the case is, and it's not it has not been easy for me. So the biggest thing about this is just being able to understand that it is so important. It is so important that you take care of yourself, because if you're not there mentally, if your mindset is not where it needs to be, if your spirituality is not where it needs to be, then every aspect of your life is definitely not going to be what you think. It's not going to be where you want it to be or where you feel it should be. So that's why it's so important to take care of yourself, whether it be prayer, meditation, counseling, whatever else that you think of, that you know that can help you take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're all humans. No matter what job we're on, no matter what we do, at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we have to make sure that we're taken care of. Because we can't go to work if we're not taking care of ourselves, and if we're not taking care of ourselves in the right way, we wouldn't be able to perform on our jobs. We wouldn't be able to pursue what we want to pursue if we're not taking care of ourselves. Not just physically, I mean mentally, because it all starts with your mind. It all starts with how you think mentally. So for me lately, my mindset it hasn't really changed, but a lot of external factors has gotten to me to the point where I'm feeling drained. And I know a small part of that is my fault. A part of that is my fault. And then there are obviously other stuff that are out of my control, that I can't handle. But things that I know that are in my control, that I know I need to handle. And I had a talk with a friend recently, and she noticed it on the phone, through FaceTime, because she had asked me a question, and she asked me, she was like, "Are you okay, Sly?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm okay." I told her, I was like, "I'm okay." The fact that she noticed it through FaceTime, she noticed, she's a very spiritual person, so she noticed it straight through FaceTime, that my spirit was heavy, that I had a lot on my mind, that I was not myself, that when something was going on with me, that my peace was compromised at some point. She noticed that through the phone. And if you know somebody, even if it's a random person, if you know someone that can see it, especially through the phone like that, then it is definitely apparent. It is definitely apparent. Obviously, people can see it face to face, but if they can see it, if they can feel it on the phone, or they can move through FaceTime, that they can feel it and they can see it, obviously, but they can feel it in their spirit through the phone, there's definitely something going on. It's definitely a time for a change that should be occurring, that needs to happen. So, when I talk about taking care of yourself, what I mean is doing whatever you can to relieve any sort of stress that you have, doing whatever it takes to relieve any sort of relieve any sort of stress, relieve any sort of drama that you have. Because let's be real, nobody likes stress. Nobody likes stress. Nobody likes drama. Nobody likes chaos. Things happen, but if there are things that happen that are in your control, you need to take hold of that. You need to be able to take hold of what you can control. Because if you don't take hold of the things that you can control, then those things will end up controlling you, and not in a good way either. They're going to end up controlling you to the point where you're not going to be able to function the way you want. You're not going to be able to think. You're not going to be able to focus on work. You're not going to be able to focus on your passions, school, whatever the case is. You're not going to be, if you get controlled by those things, you won't be able to fulfill the purpose that you have in your life, fulfill your vision that you have for your life. And I told people this year is the year of the vision. It's the year that the vision and the purpose is coming into full fruition. I tell people that, and I have to remind myself that every day. I do my best to remind myself that every day, no matter what issues it is. It's just lately, things have not clicked. For me, mentally, things have just been very hard for me. But coming from me, and this is coming from somebody who has experienced a lot, coming from me, I want to tell you this. It is okay to feel these feelings, but it is never okay to stay in those feelings and not do anything about it. Because it's important that you take hold of that. You acknowledge those feelings, that you take action, take those necessary steps of action in order to rebuild, redesign, and reclaim. Take hold of that. Once you do that, you'll be able to get back to where you were. You'll be able to reframe your mindset, to reframe your focus. You'll be able to get back spiritually, especially, to where you once were. Because all of us had that one point in time where we felt like we lost ourselves, or we weren't ourselves based on what was going on. We felt like things just kind of started slipping away, and that's normal. But please, please, please don't let it affect you to the point where that you just cannot go on anymore. Please don't let that happen. You've come too far to be defeated, because that's what the enemy wants. That's what the enemy wants, honestly. You've come too far to be defeated. You've come too far to let anything defeat you. You've come too far to let yourself defeat you. Self-defeat. Being defeated by obstacles and stuff is definitely a bad thing, and that's one thing. But self-defeat, destroying yourself, you being defeated by yourself, is a whole nother ball game. Self-defeat is it's crazy, but it's funny because it happens to a lot of us. It happens to a lot of us. I ain't gonna lie about it. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But the difference is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to prevent that? What are you going to do to push yourself, to take care of yourself, to understand that you got to get your mind right, you got to get your spirit right? Because once you do that, every other aspect, every other area of your life will fall in order. Everything else will fall in order. How bad do you want peace? You should not have your peace compromised or destroyed for anything or anyone, or any job, or whatever the case is. I don't care what it is. At the end of the day, your peace is what matters. If you don't have peace in your life, something's going on, something wrong. It's either the vibes it's either the people that you're around, or the environment that you're in, or both. It could be a combination of the people that you're around as well as the vibes that you're in. That's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are like-minded, who are willing to help you and help you grow and push you and also guide you, and also be there, because also be that accountability partner, because they've been through the same thing you have, or they're currently going through the same thing, that you're going through. But they want to work together, and they all want to help. Y'all want to push each other. And that's the beauty of it. That's what it's all about when it comes to taking care of yourself. And please make sure, put yourself as a priority. Please put yourself as a priority. There's nothing wrong with helping other people. There's nothing wrong with that. But put yourself as a priority, because you do not want to burn out. Trust me, I've experienced that. I've been experiencing that. I'm currently experiencing that. Burnout is no laughing matter. Burnout is something that nobody ever wants to experience. Mental burnout, physical burnout, whatever the case is, you do not want to experience it. It sucks. It completely sucks. But what are you going to do in order to regain everything that you've had? What are you going to do to reframe that focus? What are you going to do to grab a hold on to what you want out of life, to what your vision is? What are you going to do to grab a hold on it? And not only to grab a hold on to it, well, what are you going to do to keep it? Because you can't let it go. What are you going to do to keep it? No matter how hard the enemy may try to pull away from you, you got to pull harder. You got to pull even harder. Because at the end of the day, he, the man above, has all the answers. At the end of the day, he's not going to leave you by the wayside. He allows things to happen for a reason, but he's never going to put more on you than you can bear. So what are you going to do to take hold of what's yours? What are you going to do to take care of yourself? What are you going to do? And it's so important. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Exercise, get some sleep, whatever the case is, because I've been experiencing that lack of sleep, all that stuff like that. I've been experiencing that lately, especially. Please, please take care of yourself. It's so important. It is so important. I can't even put into words how important it is to take care of yourself. Before you can help other people, you gotta make sure you help yourself. Because how can you help other people if you can't help yourself? It's backwards. It's backwards thinking. Once you're able to take care of yourself and help yourself, you'll be able to, one, share your testimony with other people. And in that same regard, you can help them push past their test or their mess. Because their test can turn into a testimony. Their mess can turn into a message. So once you take care of yourself, you can help other people. And that's what it's all about. Taking care of yourself, putting yourself as a priority. Please do not put yourself on the back burner anymore. Do not, please don't. Now, there's nothing wrong with helping every now and then, but don't get into the habit of doing it all the time. Because one, people can take advantage of that. People can take advantage of that in an instant. And you do not want people taking advantage of you. I've been through that myself. It sucks. You do it so much to the point where you ain't got nothing to give anymore for yourself. You need everything that you have to give to yourself, and then you'll be able to give to others. So take care of yourself. Be mindful of the environments that you're around, the lives that you're around, because that could be affecting you. That could be affecting why you may be burned out, why you're mentally drained. That could affect it. And do not let anything or anyone or any job or whatever the case is destroy the peace that you desire to have in your life. Don't let it kill your dreams. Don't let it kill your passion. And once again, please, 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 please make sure that you take care of yourself. It is of the utmost importance. I wouldn't be saying this if I didn't love you guys. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And that's why I'm telling you this. Because I'm currently experiencing that. And I don't want nobody to experience the same thing that I'm going through. Or I don't want nobody else to fall back into that. If they've experienced that, I don't want them to fall back into it. I love you guys too much. I love my Facebook family. I love my Instagram family. I love everybody who I encounter. Because I want to make sure that every person that I touch and encounter with in life, I want to make sure they're good. I want to make sure that they're doing well. I want to make sure that if I can, I'm able to help. Whether it be through my words or through my actions. Take care of yourself. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys for taking some time to listen to this video.